Member of our community shared something so incredible with me called it's the story of a good fairy. And it uses a part's perspective to explain what's happening on the journey from our childhood pain and how we can often become frozen and trapped inside as a way of surviving that pain, and how then we can experience our journey of opening back up to it as adults. So I wanted to read it with you. It is from someone named Jan Mullen, and it was there's a part, I'm going to include the link in the description, a part at the beginning that describes um, the IFS perspective on it. So I encourage you to take a look at that. And it is adapted by Jen Mullen from a report by Tara Brach, who you may know, who teaches on radical acceptance, is a Buddhist teacher and therapist. From a client, Rosalie, who encounters a guide when looking inside for answers during a therapy session. Okay. From the corners where the silence remains, there came the urgency to go to a mountain top and scream out the whole truth. I sent out a prayer to God, to the universe. It's too painful. I can't take it. And she came to me, the power of my mind, the energy of the universe, an angel of God in blue, like the good fairy in The Wizard of Oz, waving a wand. I sat cross-legged on the floor of my bedroom, looking up, about 8 years old. She said, "Sweetheart, here's the deal. There's too much going on here, and I don't have the power to make it be gone, to make it be okay, or even to help you cope with it in a way that's not going to cause you some pain. What I can do, sweetheart, is help you get through this time now, help you get through it as it is going on. It will come back, but it will come back to you only at a later time when you're able to handle it, and there will be someone to help you." So I said, "Okay," because I can't take it anymore. She waved her wand and said, "I am going to send things that are happening into different parts of your body, and your body will hold them for you like a treasure chest, like a time capsule. Your heart, your heart is broken, and I'm going to have to let your rib cage close in around your heart and let your heart constrict so that you don't feel the pain of your heart breaking. And I'm going to really tighten up your neck and let it be a fortress with very thick round walls so that while you're what you're feeling doesn't get up to your mouth and you can't speak the words. You can't cry out for help and can't scream out in rage. And you can't breathe too deeply to feel what's going on in your body. And that fortress will keep the knowledge of what's happening in your body from connecting with your head so that you will not be fully conscious of what's going on. And I will tie up your ears so that you hear but don't take too much in. And this is what I will do with your mind. It will store the truth in a deep place, sealed away behind steel doors of fear, but it will for now help you to live with, accept, and believe the lies you are told that you deserve this and that this is the way your life has to be. I want you to be fairly still as a child and rather shy, so we don't interrupt what we're going to put very carefully in place. And it will stay this way. You will have trouble feeling and being close to people, but it will be your way of surviving. And you, my darling, will be a very functional human being in spite of all this pain because you have a strong spirit and can hold all this in. And I will be helping you. You will not forget everything. You will be visited by vague discontents, questions, or flashes of images that will lead you, like markers on a path, to explore what happened. And I will leave a voice inside of you, like a spark of light, that will urge you to reconnect with your whole self, to find this person you are now, who is calling out for help and whose heart is utterly breaking. It may not be clear, this voice. It will manifest as an urge inside of you, but it will be your lost self speaking as it can through your aching body to come back and find yourself. When the time is right, you will begin to open up. It will be a very long process. It may take as long to heal as you've been in pain and in the frozen place. Finally, your body will no longer be able to hold all this in. Your muscles will begin to give way. You will feel an urgency to do physical healing. And that will begin the process of really unwinding your body and realizing what it will have been holding all these years. There will be physical as well as emotional pain in the process. But by then, you will be strong enough, safe enough, and old enough to bear the truth. And you will have a special friend who will be the grown up you, who will hold you as no one else can as you find yourself again. As all this begins to unwind, you will struggle to release your mind from the falsehoods it had learned so you could survive, and the doors of fear barring it from the truth. The mind may at first believe that only the person who gave you this pain has the power to take it away. And there will need to be a period of building trust that this is not true. You will struggle to release the flow between the mind and body and come back together wholly. But you will do it because you are a capable person with a heart yearning to love. I don't know exactly how it will unfold, but the universe will move you through it. You will have to be very patient, very brave, very courageous, but it will be your training, your fire walk, your healing. And when you are through it, you will be a whole person, new, but still the same. Now I want you to go to bed. I will wave my wand and you will go to sleep. And when you wake up, you will forget I was here. You will forget you asked for help and you will not feel your daily pain. This is the only way I know to get you through this. You are a beautiful child. I don't know the reasons this terrible burden came to you, but I love you and God loves you. You will have to love yourself enough to heal so that the rest of your life will be lived to its fullest, full of light. The memory of pain will still be there, but it will be in perspective. One day you will be whole again. Until then, and for always, I love you. So, what I really love about this is the compassionate explanation of why and how we disconnect from our bodies in order to survive uh, dangers that feel more powerful than us as children, and as adults often as well. And this is not something to be ashamed of or something to be critical of, because as the good fairy explained, it's the only way that we know how to survive these things, to believe the lies. Otherwise, we would get ourselves in too much danger if we go up against a threat that's more powerful than us with the truth. And so there's a wisdom and there's a love and a loving guidance in the way that our bodies cut ourselves off from our mind in order to endure things that don't make sense to that part of our soul that knows that we are lovable and that everyone is deserving of love and kindness and care. And so, what I love about this is that it offers us this gentle perspective on why and how we can get disconnected from our bodies. And what I really love about the nervous system work and the SSP is that it invites in this opportunity for us to come as our adult selves in our present day situations and be able to be that loving source of support and comfort, who has the capacity and the connection with the body to be able to take gentle care and admit to the little parts of us, the younger parts of us, that they make sense for being upset and confused and scared and angry and all of the things that they feel, and to offer them the opportunity to shift out of that defense state where it said, like, for a long time, you're going to need to make it only able to be fixed if the people responsible for what was broken are the ones who fix it. And that is still a defense state, right? When we're still in that blame place or expecting the other person to make it better, that's another form of stuckness. And when we don't have that strength of being able to connect with internal safety that never goes away, no matter what the external circumstances are, then it can be quite difficult to shift out of that blaming of self and others. It is when we have developed that connection with the oneness and the uh, absolute innocence and the unconditional lovability of the animal through the nervous system work, that we can then go into the self inquiry and open up to these places where there's something that doesn't make sense. I was treated like I wasn't valuable, and that didn't feel safe. And when we can come in with that internal sense of safety, then we can really take care of these younger parts of ourselves and integrate them into this broader perspective of seeing the value and wholeness of life. Um, but when we feel that separateness, it's often an indication that we don't have that sense of internal safety. And a lot of people can try to go into shadow work or EMDR or even parts work without that internal sense of safety. And it can get way scarier because that animal body is going to go, hey, nope, we're not doing this. This is not safe. And with any of these kinds of work, whether it's shadow work or parts work or um, EMDR, we need to respect the parts and allow them to say, no, I don't feel safe. And that can make us feel rather stuck in that integration work. And so understanding how the nervous system works and giving ourselves supports like the Safe and Sound protocol or just nervous system education and exercise can be really wonderful ways to build up the foundation of stability and flexibility that we need in our bodies to be able to do this integration work that is offered through parts work or EMDR or other forms of shadow work or therapy. So, anyways, I will put the link to that beautiful story in the description. And thank you to that member of the community who shared it. Really powerful. So much love.